Before Zeus ruled the sky, before Poseidon tamed the seas, there was one god who chose silence over thunder. One who didn't crave worship but demanded respect. Feared by mortals, misunderstood by storytellers. They called him heartless. But he was the only god who never broke a promise. They painted him as a villain, but he ruled not with fire, but with fairness. He did not bring death, he simply waited. Today, on Decoding the Myth Olympus, we descend beyond the mortal world into the eternal stillness of the underworld. And there we meet the true face of Hades, the forgotten king, the final judge, the shadow god who never asked to rule. Deep beneath the earth, far from the reach of sunlight, lies a kingdom untouched by time. It's not hell. It's not chaos. It is silence, order, eternity. This is the realm of Hades, god of the dead, not a demon, not a tormentor, but the quiet ruler of what comes for all, death. His name alone strikes unease, not because he is cruel, but because he represents the inevitable. While other gods rule over life, light, and power, Hades is the god of what lies beyond, the place no soul escapes. He is not worshipped, he is not prayed to, but he is never forgotten. And that is what makes Hades so misunderstood. He doesn't chase mortals, he doesn't tempt heroes, he simply waits and receives. Hades was not born from darkness. He was born of Cronus and Rhea, powerful titans. He was the elder brother of Zeus, Poseidon, Hera, Demeter, and Hestia, the very first gods of a new world. But even before he could speak, fate swallowed him, literally. Cronus, haunted by a prophecy that his child would overthrow him, devoured each newborn. Hades was among the first, condemned to silence in his father's stomach, a prison of flesh and fear. But fate is never silenced. Zeus, the youngest, was hidden away and later returned to confront Cronus. He forced the Titan to regurgitate his siblings, now fully grown. Together they waged war, the Titanomachy, a 10-year clash of heavens and earth, gods against titans. In the end, the new gods rose victorious, and with victory came division. The three brothers, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, cast lots to divide the universe. Zeus drew the sky, a realm of thunder and glory. Poseidon claimed the sea, ever moving and wild. And Hades? Hades drew the underworld, a realm beneath the earth, cold, still, silent. A kingdom no one desired, but Hades did not complain. He did not rage or protest. He accepted it and began to shape it into a world no other god dared to rule. No parades greeted him, no hymns were sung. But within the quiet, Hades became something greater than feared. He became necessary. He became the keeper of the end. The Greek underworld was not chaos. It was structure, a final judgment. Hades didn't torture souls. He didn't decide who was good or evil. But he ensured every soul was where it belonged. The asphodel meadows, for ordinary souls, neither heroic nor vile, drifting in eternal twilight. The Elysian fields, for heroes, poets, and the righteous, a paradise of light. Tartarus, a prison of torment, reserved for the wicked and the defeated Titans. Between these lands flowed the river Styx, dark and cold, separating life from death. Souls crossed it with Charon the ferryman, watched by Cerberus, the three-headed hound of the gates. Hades did not judge. He did not punish. He kept the balance. He ensured the dead stayed dead, and the living knew their place. No tale of Hades is more famous than his union with Persephone, daughter of Demeter, goddess of the harvest. One day, Hades saw her in a field of flowers, not with lust but longing. The king of shadows, burdened by solitude, yearned for a soul to share his throne. He emerged from the earth and took her, not in cruelty, but desperation. Demeter, devastated, withdrew her blessings. Crops withered, the world darkened. Famine spread. Even gods began to tremble. Zeus intervened. A compromise was struck. Persephone would spend part of the year with Hades in the underworld and part above with her mother. Thus the seasons were born. Spring marked her return, winter her descent. Some say she remained a victim, but others, the older tellings, say she became queen of the dead, equal in power, walking beside Hades in rulership, not in chains. Unlike Zeus or Athena, Hades had no grand temples, no festivals in his honor. His name was spoken in whispers, not prayers. But he was never disrespected. To the Greeks, death was sacred, unbreakable, and so was the god who kept it. They called him Pluton, the wealthy one, or all riches, gold, silver, gems, came from beneath the earth. They also called him Adonis, the unseen, for his power was quiet but inescapable. Hades didn't meddle in mortal affairs. He didn't demand offerings or praise, but every funeral, every oath sworn by the river Styx was an act of reverence to him. He didn't need worship. He had inevitability. Hades was not a tyrant. He was not a villain. He was the end of every journey. He honored fate. When Orpheus begged for his beloved Eurydice, Hades granted him a chance, placing a single rule: do not look back. When Hercules came to take Cerberus, Hades allowed it, so long as the hero used no violence. He was strict, but fair, detached, not heartless. Today, many imagine him as Satan, fiery, cruel, and manipulative, but the Greeks never did. Hades didn't tempt. He didn't chase souls. He waited. He doesn't strike like lightning or roar like the sea. He simply stands at the end and opens the gate. He's not evil. He's not jealous. He is duty. He is balance. He is what must be. And that is why, while gods rose and fell, kingdoms crumbled, and myths faded, Hades remained. The king no one chose to love, but all must one day meet. In a world of war, light and storm, Hades stood alone, not loved, not worshipped, but never defied. He didn't demand temples, yet every graveyard whispered his name. He didn't seek power, yet ruled the most permanent kingdom of all. He wasn't evil, he was inevitable. And perhaps that's what makes him the most honest god in all of Olympus. This was Decoding the Myth Olympus. If you found yourself rethinking what you thought you knew, then subscribe and step deeper into the myths you thought were already decoded. Until next time, remember, Not all darkness is cruelty, and not all kings wear crowns of gold.